Hey, Pusinat, new little video. This one I want to do a quick video in my communication series. This is my, there's still a few things I need to get, but this will be my communication module in my 72-hour bag. So it's part of the communication, part of my 72 hours bag. So 72 hours meaning like what most people call EDC, but the reason I call it 72 hours is because it's a mix of things. It's kind of my get home bag, my EDC bag. It has a little bit of everything, but my goal with that bag is to be able to sustain myself for 72 hours, and it's all TFA approved. And so actually the radio I didn't have a chance to check yet, but I think it is. I don't see why it wouldn't be able to, but this is the only thing I kind of added up to the bag now. So we'll get going. So basically, out of my 72-hour bag, there's two major modules. There's the gray kind of camouflage one, and there's a little black box that goes with it. It goes with my communication, but it's a little bit more than just that. So we'll start with the gray one. So the gray one basically has all my communication, and now thanks to the Urban Prepper, I've been kind of putting bags inside bags, and I found an advantage of this. For example, this kit is pretty small. It's about the size of my hand, like I can hold it in my hand. And the advantage of having a small kit like this and everything is compact inside is so now I can transfer kit inside other kits. For example, now when I go hiking, this is what I'm going to try next time, and you'll see why the component inside this, then now I can bring that in my hiking bag. So I can go from my 72-hour bag to my hiking bag, then go back and go inside. Or if I'm going on a for radio or something like this, now I can take that little pouch, put it there, and leave. So it has advantage of this. So in that pouch, it has everything that you see here. It has a kind of texture to it, and so it's also protect the radio. So that's why I've used this pouch, and I had it along, and I tried different things in there, and it's pretty small. Initially, I think this is like a pouch for tools for people that do snowboard, but now it's my communication. So what it does, it has the headphones, well, kind of earphone, because it's not really a headphone, but it has a earpiece that can connect. I have the Bofang UV5R, and the reason that it's in my kit now, so it's my backup radio, but also now because it's a ADC bag or a 72-hour bag, if I lose the bag or something happened to the bag or it gets stolen or whatever, this is just a $30 radio, so I'm not losing my $300 or Yaesu. I'm losing a $30 radio, but I mean it still has some capacity. It can still scan, it can still communicate and stuff. The antenna is inside, so with the antenna off, it goes inside the module over here, and again, because it has a certain rigidity, it protects it. A little bit of pen and some papers, and what you see over here, it gives me more communication. So obviously I can use radio, but now also what this little device is, and this is why also it kind of useful is for the outdoors, is that it's the spot messenger. And so what this device do is that it connect through GPS, and now your phone through Bluetooth, so wireless Bluetooth connection between your phone and with a special app, you can send text only one way though. It's not like you can communicate, but I could send a text to a bunch of people that I entered emails and stuff, and I can communicate one way. So like, hey, I'm okay, I'm going this way, or blah blah blah, or other things. So I use that. I have already the device because when I go hiking and stuff, I bring it with me. So I thought none I would carry it in my 72-hour bags, because again, if the towers goes down, then I can still use this, and my phone now is not useless. I can still use it to send some message, because the radio, obviously, just having a small antenna, and there's another antenna that's going to be added up to this, but to be kind of gray man, it's not always useful to have like a big telescopic antenna, which I'll be added on to this, and also another thing that will be added on to this little package, I order an extra battery. So basically I will have 2 batteries for the radio, and so basically this is the main communication kit. And like I said, now when I'll go hiking or climbing or something, or I'll go in the outdoors, I'll just grab the little pocket, put it in my hiking bag, and now it's I have a communication module that follows me, and when I'm top of mountains and stuff, I could still hit a few repeaters with this radio. So that could be one of the advantage. The second pocket, that's the inside of it, and this one is more like my battery supply, and it has a few cables and things like that. And so basically it's part of my communication, but also like my phones and stuff. So this is why I included it in my communication, because it's to keep me going. So inside this little, it's a Max Expedition. Sorry, I don't know what kind. I'm not that familiar with all the Max Expedition like many are. This will talk a little bit more. It's an old thing I had here in this cover. I'll explain a little bit later what we get, but we'll get back to this thing, what is called the freeloader here. Here it's a battery pack, and I've been using it for a few years now, for my phones and stuff when I'm on the go, and it's been recharging very it has 2 USB port. It's been awesome. I've been recharging my phone a few times and stuff, so it's been very useful with that size. So I've always been happy with it. Over here, it's an extra it's to go with the freeloader here, a bunch of interconnection, and I'll explain a little bit more again when I go back to the freeloader. This is the battery for my little flashlight that I always carry with me. This is the battery replacement for the USB for the basically the Baofeng. What it does is that basically you take off your battery, you connect this little black part here, and you plug this into a cigarette lighter. And what it does is basically it gives power to the battery, so you don't need to use your batteries. So this is why I included in this kit, because I think it's kind of a urban setting. Is that would be if I find a parked car or something, or whatever happens, or I'm on the go, then I could use this instead of using my batteries, using my radio. So I can use the battery inside the car. Sorry about that. A whole bunch of cables here. Basically, it's there's one here because I mostly have Apple products, so this is mostly to recharge my iPads and stuff. Then I have a micro one here because my phone has a special case for the micro, and and that's one advantage as well, is that basically now this cable can be used to recharge just battery packs and other device. This one here is to recharge the freeloader because it's an old technology, so it needs a special ports, and this cable, it's to go again with the freeloader, and I'll show you a little bit more. So let's talk about that freeloader. So I forget when I bought there, or even when I bought that, but I had a solar panel. So first time I bought a solar panel, didn't know exactly. I think I bought that when I was in Europe, and so I saw it was cheap, so I bought it and stuff. And for a long period of time, I thought, okay, this is the battery and stuff like that and stuff. And then a few weeks back, I dropped it by mistake. I feel stupid to tell the story, but I never really look into it again. It's been kind of as my backup, never really spent time with it and stuff. But what I discovered, it's separate. And I thought it'd separate before, and I thought it was just like another battery and stuff. But what I've discovered, it's not. It's another, because the device came with a solar panel himself. But this thing is his own solar panel. So basically, this gray part here is a battery that I can preload. So basically, I can recharge that, carry this. It gives me, with my energy banks and stuff, it gives me an extra energy boost. And not only that, is that once I use this one, those are two small panels. So basically, it's about the length of my forearm here, and this whole thing here becomes a full solar panel, and it recharges. So basically, those two little panels recharge that little battery bank and stuff. And I've been doing some tests, and yesterday I tried. My phone was about at 50%. And in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, it was up to 100% just with that freeloader, because it has a lot of, I think it's a 9 volt or something like that. So it's got a high power. So it recharged my phone pretty, like for 50%. It recharged, and it still had some energy going. So I think I could probably recharge my phone once with this battery pack. So now I have my battery pack on my phone. I got the battery pack that I carry that can recharge this, and now I have also very compact solar panel that is also an extra battery pack. So as you can see, I have a lot of different energy that I can do. The beauty, so as you can see here, the whole device closed and stuff. And this cable here changed this into well, it's DC, and at the end of here you can put all the different connections that I showed before, and there's more coming. So basically now, if you have like a computer or something, I didn't try that yet, but basically I could recharge a few device depending on what I put at the end. But one of the connector that I found, again, it's, I kept putting in a different kit but not really sitting down and really looking at the capacity I had. I found this little connector, and what this little connector is, it's a USB port. So basically now when I connect this one at the end of this cable, any extra cable that I have that can be connected to a normal USB port can be. So now my cables that I usually use with my battery packs or something, or if somebody, for example, would come and have his phone and my, let's say my energy are down or something like that, I can recharge their phone as well, even if they don't have the cable, or if I don't have the cable for the type of phone, they can connect to my USB and I can recharge their phone as well. So it, in a small little device like this, very compact, very lightweight, fitting in that black little bag there, gives me a lot of opportunity and a lot of possibility. So anyway, so that was my 72 hours communication pack, and hope you liked it, and I'll talk to you soon.